Guys, I think I just came to the best conclusion to think of. If David King could dead hard the bombing of Hiroshima. Now, guys, this is a very serious question. Because David King, he can dead hard anything. He can dead hard the Huntress's hatchet. He can dead hard anything and survive. But as long as he doesn't have deep wound and he's not exhausted and he's been hooked once, he can dead hard anything. And if he times it right, he can just dead hard anything. So let's break this down. Actually, firstly, we got to go on if David King was in Hiroshima during the bombing of Hiroshima. All right, so what we do know about Hiroshima is that it happened it got bombed in 1945 during World War II, and the reason for it getting bombed was for the Americans wanted to end the World War II and wanted Japan to surrender. So in order for them to execute Japan surrendering, they just dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, killing. As soon as the bomb was dropped, 70 to 80,000 people died. Just as soon as it went off. But then of the radiation, it went up to the death count went up to 140,000. Where it was dropped into a mile out, it was just complete destruction for the buildings around it, the people. I guess you could say disintegrated, because what triggers an atomic bomb, which it detonates, what triggers it is it forces subcritical masses of official material together, and it achieves critical mass, and then it triggers the exponential nuclear fission chain reaction. Realistically, if we take this into consideration, if David King can actually survive the bombing of Hiroshima, the Americans dropped 2 bombs on Japan, Little Boy and Fat Man. The Hiroshima bomb was called Little Boy, and Fat Man was the bomb on Nagasaki. Wait, is it Nagasaki? I think it's Nagasaki. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Oh, I don't know. But if realistically, no, because of just it's an atomic bomb, it's nuclear. Well, actually, no, I said that the atomic bomb is nuclear, which is incorrect. I'm giving you guys false information. They are 2 different types of bombs. A nuclear bomb that it's nuclear is if it gets the power from the center of the atom, but an atomic bomb is it works by this cutting an atom in half, which is fission. It uses fission. Cutting an atom is fission. But if we were to actually put this into consideration, if behavior out of the killer that had a bomb ability power, depending on how it works, I think David King could survive the bombing of Hiroshima. But if we look at it in a more realistic perspective, I think he's gonna get sacrificed. Because realistically, if David King was in the bombing of Hiroshima, he would survive he would last 0.5 seconds, because that's how long his endurance is. And then he would get in deep wound and then just instantly go down. And then I don't think that David King can survive. Realistically, in game, Huntress had a super OP add-on that she orbitaled you, right? And then it just exploded and insta knocked you. If he can survive the iridescent head, I think he would be able to survive an orbital Huntress that has AoE, an explosion AoE. And would he? I mean, honestly, it's possible. Well, it's that for sure he would last 0.5 seconds. Would he actually survive? If he's in a foreign, the radiation is about it lasts about 10 miles. So if he's 15 miles away, he dead hards, his deep wound procs, right? Then I think he can survive. But if he's dead in the center of the bomb drop, I don't think he's gonna make it. Well, he wouldn't make it, but he would survive 0.5 seconds if timed correctly, of his dead hard. So it depends if he would actually survive or not. So it's actually split overall, but I don't think um, over like he would not survive the bombing of Hiroshima realistically, because the radius of an explosion, radiation, and just like how much damage and how much damage the bomb actually caused. It would just like he would just not survive it, and the only thing he has going for him is a good 0.5 seconds of endurance. But hopefully before the bomb goes off, he doesn't have deep wound. Hopefully he's not going against the Legion, because then if he is, he wouldn't be able to DeadHard. So if like the bomb had like one tick, then maybe he would survive the bombing of Hiroshima. But considering the passive damage of the blast radius or whatever, I don't know how the atomic bomb works, but like he's gonna take multiple ticks of damage, so he really isn't gonna survive, sadly. But he's just not gonna survive, unfortunately. But if it was a game mechanic, of course.